Welcome back to Mara, Florida, the beach at Finisterre. If you watched the last video, a bit of a long one, I shared a bit about my last 5 months that I have spent here in the beautiful Finisterre, the love of my life, living wise, I think. I lived many beautiful places, seen many beautiful things, but this is just special. Also because it's a small town, and yeah. But the reason for this video is that I want to share with you the world of crypto. A couple of months ago now, I was on a call where somebody from Denmark, who actually also lives in the Spanish part of the world, him and his friend shared a cryptocurrency with me, one that really made a lot of sense. But before going into that, it just all made sense. What he shared made sense. And the reason why I'm sharing this is manifold, and I don't have a structure for it, but in my own personal life, I have had such a negative energy towards money, and an immense negative energy towards money. I've been very, very intuitive in my life, very, very sensitive as well. And I have, throughout my adult life, when I began to understand where money comes from, how it's originated, how it is working, the fiat system, I just understood why I didn't like money, or I couldn't make anything happen with money, because it was a very unhealthy, unsustainable, dark, black hole. And then a lot of people can say, yeah, it's just because I didn't have any. Well, I've traveled the world without much income and stuff. So, yeah, you can always say that, but I've never been motivated by money either. I thought I was at some point when I started my different entrepreneurial endeavors, but I never really liked money. I didn't like it because it didn't feel right. Didn't feel healthy or sustainable or positive, especially because I began to understand why it was the way it was, and why it was working the way it was. Did you know that when you know the fractional reserve banking system, that's what the fiat currency of monetary system is working under? It means that the banks can make their own money. Basically, they can make. If they loan you something, which is basically your own money if you didn't know, they can lend that 10 or 20 times more over, meaning that they can, with all the money that comes to the bank, they can just 20 times that, so they can make money out of no money. So there is no sustainable or foundation under money anymore. And since the 70s, when the Federal Reserve went off the gold standard, all the money is deflated. The value of it has deflated, because there is much more money now than there is of gold and so on. What that means is that everything is becoming less and less valuable when you have a paper note, and they're actually not worth anything anymore. If you see, I don't have the full overview of the countries that are hit by that now, but Argentina, I think it's Venezuela, Zimbabwe, I think there's some other countries as well that's gone bankrupt. Banks are just closed. Why? Because inflation. You have to understand that the money system is not a system that's made for people. It's not made to make the world better. It's made to keep the people in power who has the power. And if you have the power, if you have control over the currencies of the world, it doesn't matter who makes the laws. And it's not me who said that. It's the Rothschild family who said that. Those are the ones that you should look at if you want to understand this thing. So I have never really liked money because of that. I understood where it came from, how it's used, and it just all made no sense. So I think I subconsciously have looked for a motivation, because I want to use myself. I want to be of use to this world and so on. So I was on this call, and it intrigued me, and I was like, okay, I'm hooked. I need to get into this world of crypto. So after a couple of weeks, because I had to figure out how I did that in regards to wallets and money and all this stuff, I was on a call with the same guy who held this Zoom call one night for several people. And he helped me to get going with a couple of cryptocurrencies, which is not currencies. It's no, it is kind of, but yeah. Anyways, the reason why crypto is so, and it has shifted my life completely. The last 5 or 6 weeks, my life, the energy that I have inside of me, and I felt really good before too, but with regards to money and finances and all that stuff, there is such a big burden that has been lifted off of me, because now I'm motivated by money. And you can say, oh, are you motivated by money? No, I'm motivated by the value of crypto, the value and the technology of blockchain. That's a very big difference. And the reason why is because, to give you an example, Bitcoin is sort of a mainstream now. People understand or know, they know of Bitcoin. They've heard about it in the news, and they've heard about, you know, it going up in a really high volume of price. But the reason why Bitcoin is so interesting, and the blockchain technology is so interesting, is because of transparency, and it's decentralized, and so on. With regards to the monetary system and gold and silver and so on, you don't know how much there is of it. Yeah, you maybe know how much is printed, but there is no max. There is no max of when that stops. There's no max to when the government can stop printing money. They just continue to print money because it's a system with no end. And with gold and silver, you don't really know how much there is of it, and you can always find more. There's always different ways to find more of it. Gold, silver, diamonds. Diamonds is a big illusion, by the way. There's much more diamonds, and it's not as valuable as you think, but that's when you begin to understand the value of scarcity. And that's also a point with regards to Bitcoin. And the best example in terms of crypto is to talk about Bitcoin, because it is the best way to understand it, actually. Bitcoin is a fully decentralized store of value, and there's only 21 million Bitcoins. What that means is that there will never be any more than 21 million Bitcoins. So already there's a scarcity. There's a value of scarcity. And then when people invest in it, and now there's actually big companies investing in Bitcoin. If they've bought, like, let's say 5 million Bitcoins, let's say, then there's, let's say 5 million, yeah, just 1 million for sake of argument here, or explanation, then there's 20 million left. So that means that the price will go up. But they can never inflate, because there is a max number. That makes the value. That's partially why the value is there. Then there's the blockchain itself. The blockchain is decentralized. It cannot be hacked. It cannot be controlled. It is a system that's running itself. It's running itself because a lot of the computers that are made for mining and Bitcoin is that they are all verifying the transactions that are happening within the system of Bitcoin or the blockchains. So the system is verifying itself over and over and over and over again all the time. It's a big, huge spider web of computers verifying itself with every transaction. And all transactions are possible to find. I have understood. You can, all is transparent in terms of how many there are in supply, how many is being bought, and so on. So, and in addition to that, governments and all these different institutions, they can't stop it or control it, which gives us a way to transact with each other more freely. The wallets that you're creating with a 12 phrase key, I mean, you're only supposed to be able to get into that And it also means from wallet to wallet, you can transact with anybody on the planet and no one can do anything about it. And that means that crypto, and of course that positive part of crypto, is potentially making you and I able to transact with each other, take our freedom back, our control back, and no one can do anything about it. We can take responsibility for our own life. We can all take responsibility for our own life. We've just not been taught that because society wants to teach it, to make sure that we are doing what they want us to do. So they have taught us throughout our life to take the responsibility away from us, that we can't take responsibility for our own life. So they have taught us that we are not able to do that, but we are. And that's what I've been fighting for and against throughout my life, that I knew I could take responsibility for my own life. And I know I'm part of a bigger group in Denmark and many groups around the world who are realizing that we can take our sovereignty back as human beings. And that is part of why Bitcoin and the good decentralized blockchains and cryptocurrencies are very valuable, probably the most valuable asset on the planet. It's so easy, it's cheap, it's free, it's decentralized, it's not controlled, it can't be stopped, it can't be hacked. The good ones can't be hacked anyway. I'm definitely not a technologist, but I want to share this with you because I've dived deep into this world, this universe, and I've already started to teach and help people get going. And then you can say, Gideon, you've only been doing this for 2 months. Yes, I have only been studying this for 2 months, but I'm spending 10, 12, 14 hours a day studying it. And because I understand so many of the other things in our society, I have gotten this very fast. I really get it. I get it and I feel it in myself that I have never felt this motivated and inspired by something that has to do with money before. Because I can see the light now. I can see a way for us people to actually regain control of our own individual lives, ways where we can help each other much better, much more, and ways where we can really begin to create more liberty for ourselves and with each other in smaller, bigger communities. So the potential is just so unfathomable. And in addition to that, I also want to just touch on the idea of NFTs. And if you don't understand or have heard of about that before, it is in short for non-fungible tokens. So a fungible token is a Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is a Bitcoin. That's it. That's what it is. You know, it's fungible. And non-fungible token is one of a kind, meaning that there's only one of them. There was only one. Non-fungible tokens is going to be even bigger than crypto itself, I think. And in all of this, I think crypto in itself is going to be bigger than the internet. But we need the internet to make it work. Non-fungible tokens is going to be a way for everything to get into the blockchain, meaning, to give you an example, I can make this video that you're watching right here, and let's say this is a piece of art. I can upload that as an NFT, and I then own that through the blockchain, because I can now prove that I'm the only one who owns this, because it can be proven through the blockchain technology. That means if this is a piece of art, this video, I can then sell it. I can sell copies of it. That means I can also sell the original. And let's say this is a piece of art. There's only one of them, right? It can be proven because there's only one through the blockchain. What do you think that will do to the potential value of this piece of art? It will go up in price or go up in value because there's only one of them and there's only one that can own it. So let's say I make a picture. To give a better example, this picture is really nice. It's of this really beautiful beach, one surfing over there. Or it could be a graphic of a surfer doing a kickflip with the surfboard or whatever, something cool, right? You put that up as an NFT. Then that means you can actually sell that. You own that. And imagine that anything that you've ever had, tickets, anything, can be uploaded as an NFT. That means that you're the sole owner. Only one can own this one thing. that means that the value and potential value can go up very, very significantly. So that means that we can begin to use the blockchain and that technology and the transparency of it, the decontrolled asset of it, that if you're a musician, you can earn all of your money by uploading all your tracks as an NFT. You can now, for the first time in history, own your own music outright, and you are the only one getting paid. If you're an author like me or whatever else, you can upload it as an NFT, and you are the owner. You are the only one who can own it, and you can sell all the copies that you want. You can choose your own price and whatnot. I mean, how awesome is that? That means that all the creative endeavors that we all have within us, we can begin to, express those. We can then own them 100% and sell them 100% and own them outright. And we can, of course, sell that ownership for a higher value. But I am totally stoked about crypto. I love it. It makes total sense for me. And I see the light in terms of how I can use this for my own good, for others, with others, and how this can really change our society and our life, because it will give us so much more freedom, so much more than we ever understood. We want the way crypto and the decentralized ways of crypto is functioning in that technology. We want that in our life. We want that. A lot of people, they don't understand it yet, and that's why I'm here. I want to help you. I want to talk to you about it. I want to help you understand it so you get it. And I would rather that you understand it than you invest, because understanding it makes you see the system, the flawed system that we've been accustomed to. And to give you a little bit of a preview of that, because I want to give you some information, but I would rather talk to you in person. There's different ways of investing in crypto. Bitcoin is kind of like a stock. You invest and then you wait, and you hold on to it forever, because crypto, you have to understand that the fiat system is it's not worth anything really anymore. If you have money in your bank, you're losing money every day. And that means that if you invest in Bitcoin, you'll have a store of value. And that is much better to have it in Bitcoin than in your regular bank, trust me. And so the difference between the different coins is a really good intro to it's my portfolio, but it's also different ways of getting an overview of how different cryptos work, because it's not just stocks, it's different companies, they have different projects and focuses, and they are in the world mostly because they want to add to the world in some ways with regards to the blockchain and the crypto technology. So when it comes to the Bitcoin, that is kind of like a stock as we know of it. We buy it and we hold on to it, and we wait for it to go up and down and sell it if we want, or keep it. Then there is one called, I will give you the three ones I've invested in. One is called the IMC token. The IMC token is a decentralized token that is in an ICO, that is initial coin offering, so they are not public yet. But that's an interesting one because they have legislation behind them in the state of Wyoming, which means that they have made laws that are positive for crypto. It's a token, it's an exchange itself, and in addition to the legislation that they have in their home base in Wyoming, in that state, they also have a business concept on top of it where you can affiliate people to be a part of this token and this journey of IMC token. And all of you can sort of make income both on the token itself when that goes up in price, but also together if you build a team and whatnot. But you can then buy things online, and you can travel, and there's hotels, there's just this whole business concept on top of the foundation of the coin itself. But that is not my most favorite one. It's not the one that interests me the most, to be honest, because it doesn't really solve a really critical problem. And that's what you want to look for with crypto. You want to see what projects and so on are solving a really important problem. And I invested in this because it's cheap and its potential is huge. because the guy who worked on Binance, there was a guy who the lead technologist on this worked for Binance. So that is a way, and Binance is one of the top three cryptocurrencies or exchanges, or probably the biggest exchange at the moment, or one of the biggest ones. So that has a lot of potential. The next two are one called Wise token. It's a staking coin. So the difference between that and Bitcoin, for example, is that staking is kind of like, they want to make it a really good bank. So staking is where you put your money down for a few months or 6 months or a year, 2 years, 5 years, however long you want. And then you get money out of having it there for this long. There's a percentage where you get dividends, right? And then there's also ways where you can lend that money. So that money that you lock up will be put in a pool, and other people can lend it. So that means that you will get money off of that too. So there's different ways, but their focus is staking. But the thing about that one is they can never go into zero. It can never go to zero because the system is made. First of all, it's probably one of the most decentralized coins at all, besides Bitcoin. It's very secure. The founder has a goal to make it the best coin on the market, which is a big deal because he can back that up. It can never go to zero because the foundation for the coin is so that if you buy it for 45 cents, you can only lose 19%. So it will only go down to like 33 or whatever. So there's a base layer, so it can never go to zero. And then you can say, how is that possible? Again, it's because of liquidity and how the value of the number of coins and so on, like I explained before with Bitcoin. But of course, as always, I'm not your financial advisor. I can definitely share whatever, but you need to make your own decisions. I'll never take responsibility for your actions with regards to crypto. And the third one I've invested in is called Bankroll Flow. And just to go back to the Wise one, the problem they're solving is that it's a much better bank. So when we have our money somewhere, we would like to get a return, right? And we don't really get that in the bank anymore. So they have wanted to make it one of the best banks at all, and putting your money down there will make you pretty much 100% sure that you will get a return on that investment. So that's their problem they're solving, to make it the bank the way it was supposed to be. Bankroll Flow is my favorite one probably right now because it's fun to share with people. It's probably the one that I would recommend going into, both because it's good for me, but it's also good for you and good for everybody, because it is a way. The problem they're solving is passive income. Who doesn't want passive income? We all want that. We all want more freedom. And the way they're doing that is that the Bankroll network in itself is a little ecosystem, so that when you put money down, the way it's functioning is that all of it is supporting each other so that it can work as a whole. The main one that people start is the one called Flow. You put in a deposit that is locked, and then you can get 1% dividends every day. And then you can either do that, just keep it going for 125 days, and you can get 25% on top of that. And you can claim that and say, I'm done with this. Or you can roll, as many do, either once a day or once a week or whatever. And then you can add the added 1% or whatever, however many days, on top of your total deposits. And then you can get 1% off of that, meaning that will compound, of course, in the long run. So, and that is fun because you will get skin in the game with regards to crypto. You will really get involved. You will have to have something to look at every day, numbers changing and whatnot. And it makes a difference when you are looking at crypto, because when we get into something new, we want to find the answers, right? So we naturally ask questions, and I think that is the most fun one to get going with, because every day you'll need to understand a bit more, maybe, where it's less fun to just put something down like Bitcoin and just wait. It's not much fun. But Bankroll Flow is a way to actually begin to build your knowledge base with crypto, and also your financial foundation, where you begin to diversify your income and so on, which you can do right away, pretty much. So I'm very excited about crypto. I'm very excited about this new focus that I have, which is giving me a lot of enjoyment for myself. I'm talking to a lot of people already who wants to get in and start. And of course, I can only recommend what I'm doing myself. And you can definitely be a part of my team, or just or do what you want to do. I mean, I'm here to just talk and help you with crypto. I'm not here to sell you anything. So I'm just sharing what I'm investing in. And besides those three, I have invested in Bitcoin myself. So and will continue to do that because it's probably one of the best ones. And there's no team building there. So I'll definitely recommend that any day of the week. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to share this. And if you want to get more involved with crypto, just write me an email. My information is right below. And yeah, let's get going with crypto. I think if you have money in the bank, begin to seriously look into investing that into crypto in some way, because it's a much better store of value to put it into crypto, or at least put it into silver or gold, than to have it in the bank, because they are taking your money. They're literally taking your money right now, and they'll continue to do so if you don't stop it. And the only way you can stop it is to put it into crypto, or a decentralized way, or where you can store it somewhere where it's more valuable. And it's more valuable in crypto, and it's definitely more valuable in gold and silver, if that is the least you can do or want to do. So with that, I just want to say thank you for listening. It's a bit of a long video. I didn't know I would have to go for this long, but I love crypto, and I'll do whatever I can to help you and assist you in getting going with it. So reach out to me, and until next time, be very well and safe on your unique journey in life, and look forward to talk crypto with you. Ciao.